Welcome back. Thanks so much. I've been waiting on you. I am here to give you a prophetic message today. All right, we're going to be focusing in on the age of Kali Yuga. All right, this is a Hinduist belief system, but it's very relevant because Kali Yuga, and let me give you a little more insight. Kali Yuga is about the cycle, according to Vedic astrology, where everything that should be right is the opposite. All right, this is the times that we're in according to them. And if you're able to make it to 2025, you're going to be entering into a newness. You're going to be entering into the golden age cycle, is what they're saying, according to Hindu astrology. So let me give you a little more insight before I pull some cards. So, baby, hold on. What you're going through is going to get better. Okay? You're going to have to pass these tests. Like, literally, there's going to be things, mounting pressures. Let me read a little bit about Kali Yuga just so that you can get a little more insight. If you may not even heard of this term, but it's a time where a lot of knowledge is going to be seen as, and that is not needed, especially when it comes to spiritual knowledge. Um, so just brace yourself just a moment. Okay, you go. If you haven't already, hit and like and subscribe. I really appreciate those that have already subscribed. Create good karma today by doing the right thing. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, so it also goes to say in regard to the holy sciences of the Hindus. Okay, this cycle of Kali Yuga is about a limitation of overall collective consciousness. Okay, they've even stated that it's going to be limited to gross matter. So during Kali Yuga cycle, most people lose their spiritual convictions, mental clarity, and understanding. This age was also characterized by the belief that matter was fixed and absolute. So, for example, religious truth that may have once been accepted as absolute truths or dogma is going to be counter. So, this is why you're seeing a lot of people that they may have been going underneath the radar for many years in the form of being amongst the clergy, but the sheep and the wolves are being separated, the wheats and the tares. Okay, so this is why those some are even coming forward and admitting that they may have made some mistakes early on, and others in their arrogance are thinking that they can abuse their position of power and somehow you know um, escape persecution, and that's just not what's going to happen. We also see within this age of Kali Yuga, there's also going to be not only a preponderance of ignorance, but also a lack of willpower, which is going to inhibit a lot of people from making into this next realm of humans that are going to be more conscious, more considerate of others. The ancient Aztec societies really honored this practice, and this is how they were able to separate those that needed to be amongst those that were trying to have a good life, and those that wanted to create harshness and cruelty. They had to succumb to that. So also during the Kali Yuga cycle, most people function in a lower state of consciousness, but higher knowledge that may have existed in temples, churches, things like that, is going to be revamped. You're going to see like those that may have hidden the truth for their own material motives, they're going to be cycled out, and those that actually want to do the work, to help free people from the bonds of society, they're going to come forward. So if you feel called to do something in regard to, speaking your truth in your own way, living your truth in your own way, now is the time. Be not afraid. All right, fear is not of God. All right, God doesn't want us to have. It's natural. You're going to be a little tense about certain things. All right. Don't get me wrong. I don't literally like to walk out if I don't have one of my sons with me. So I'm not talking about that fear. That's a natural, instinctive fear, especially as a woman. But I'm saying fear in the sense of thinking that the pressures of society are going to overwhelm you and just take you in. Like, That's just an illusion. All right. The illusion is to make you think that by bending your truth, by allowing yourself to succumb to peer pressures, even as adults, it seems like that should be something that you outgrow, but you'll find that as you become older, you gonna be pressured even more as an adult to do the very wrong thing. So stay true. You don't want to be on the opposite side of that karmic wheel where you're experiencing a lot of the backlash from not abiding by God's commandments. All right, we're only 5 minutes in, y'all. Okay, so good, good, good. I want to keep my videos, um, you know, maybe 7 minutes, 10 minutes, because I know people got a very short attention span, but at the same time, YouTube does recommend that we have long form content. So I'm gonna try to figure this out.
Better
But
understand context.
yeah, as he said. So let's get into. I'm gonna pull a few cards in regards to Kali Yuga. Let's see. Let's go with let's go with the comedic deck. Okay. Let's see what we have. Holy Spirit, give us insight for the collective. Hmm. So we have the Hermit card coming out in the reverse. Okay. Even if you have some type of setbacks, you're moving forward out of that. All right. You're triumphing over these. Okay. You see these stumbling blocks? They're just a staircase to what it is that you want. We also have the Two of Staffs coming out. All right. You're guided. Even as we see, we have the moon here, and we're right now in the full moon energy, passing from new moon in Pisces to full moon in Libra. You're balancing yourself out. You're allowing yourself to, wow. And I also have the balance card here. Three of Coins. You understand that the hard work that you're putting forth, in a form of seeing the truth for what it is. Like you may have had to literally come out of some type of denomination of some sort. That may have been something really heavy for you. You may have had to go against the grain. Maybe people that you may have been associated with made you feel as if what you're guided to do, what you're doing was not enough. But with a Hierophant coming out, you're seeing it for what it is. You are more so like a forerunner. Okay, it's like you pick up on some of these signs and you're trusting what's happening. We also have the Queen of Staffs. There may have been someone that was intending on you not seeing the truth for what it is. Like maybe they try to dissuade you. Like you paid attention to the signs early on and you moved accordingly. Like you may have been someone where they told you not to take the mark, the mark of the whatever, you know what I mean. I gotta be careful on YouTube algorithm. All right, but you may have been taught early on as a child, like be aware. There's going to come a time where you may have to take the mark. And so when this came to pass, circa 2019, 2020, those same elders that tried to, you know, dogmatically indoctrinated you into this, they fell. That they folded. And so now that there are these SDs, sudden unalivings, basically. Now we're having all these things come to pass. Now people are looking at the ones that they tried to ostracize, the ones that they said, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Now they're looking at you for direction because now they're coming down with all kind of ailments. There's a spike in the big C. You know what that is. All right, a lot of these things are coming to pass because they did not trust even the things that they try to teach you. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Many of them are operating more so off of the philosophy of groupthink or doing whatever else the other sheeple are doing. Like, and they're being led off of a cliff, literally. So as now things have cycled around, you were able to see things from a clear vantage point. God gave you that like heads up, and it reminds me of days of Noah. Like when Noah was trying to warn people, like, look, flood is coming. This is about to happen. They call him a nut. They said he was cuckoo. And what happened? He only got to save him and his own family. Okay. They didn't want to listen. And the animals, the animal kingdom, whatever. But we have the Lover's card coming out too. These people also thought that if they created so much friction towards you, You would be so jaded by the arrows and the darts and the rocks they threw and try to hide their hand. They thought you were going to be so jaded by those things that you were going to close your heart out and you were going to just like, I give up on love. I give up on. I'm just gonna think that all people are evil. But you had to realize that this was all a part of the matrix of the illusion, and you begin to love yourself even more. Okay, so the love that you give out, you're attracting a similar type of energy towards you. So keep your heart open. Okay, if somebody's an ex, they're an ex for a reason. Okay, so let the justice come into play. Spirit also wants you to be patient. Be patient and wait. All right. Nurture yourself, love on yourself, take care of yourself, and prepare yourself for what's coming to you. Because you got a true lover that's coming towards you. It's going to be better than you can even imagine. So it's just like, why get out here and get in the rat race or the meat market when God is setting up something just cookie cutter for you? Okay, so just be patient with the process. The same ones that took pleasure in the spoils of society, they were taking trips, they were doing all kind of stuff. Now, you know, you decided, okay, yeah, I may want to take trips, I want to do that, but I want to do it on the right accord. With I don't want to do it with on somebody else's dime. I don't want to do it on some contingency that I got to get urinated on or some shit for some money. Like, no, I'll walk a little while. I'll walk. Those same friends that were teasing you because you may not have had, the latest vehicle, whatever, but it's like this is why they're aging in dog years. This is why I look like I look like a kid. I look great. And you know why? Because I'm not baggage. I'm not burdening myself down with being a part of mainstream society. I don't allow a lot of stuff to come into my energetic field, you know? And so they see that on you. They see the glow that you have. They weren't patient. You were very patient, and this is why your justice is coming in. So the same laughs they had about you, you know, it's not about you doing something back or even laughing at when they go through something, but it's just unfortunate, when they had the opportunity to choose to do the right thing, no matter what situation presented itself, they chose the opposite. This is why their world is coming to like a complete upside down. Because some of these people were targeting you and not even understanding why. Okay, they were operating under the spiritual energy of Kali Yuga. So understand that from prophetic sense, this is come to pass. Okay, this is prophesied. It's just like, mounting disrespect is gonna come up, but it doesn't mean that you have to allow yourself to be overwhelmed and think you're going to side with that. Okay, let's focus on Proverbs 29:16. So it says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. So just understand that there is a major principle at work here, and one, bless you, one that has been seen again and again in the world. Okay, like I mentioned about the days of Noah, and this scripture does talk about like that time of Noah. The more the wicked increase in society, the more that society will turn towards wickedness, and you realize that during this age of Kali Yuga. So this is not a recent phenomenon. However, one of the most powerful examples is what happened with Noah, what happened with Christ, all these things. We have these guidelines, in order to kind of help us navigate dealing with this current reality. Keep in mind that wickedness cannot reign long. It's just inevitable. It loses its stamina. It consumes that very individual practicing wickedness to a point of catastrophe. So it did so in Noah's day and is doing so now. So also, you have to understand that the ungodly, that's an aspect of them ushering into these prophecies that's coming into play as well. So allow them to succumb to their own wickedness. And, you know, you may ask, what can we learn from this? Just don't be wicked. It takes a lot more self discipline. All right. You're not going to always get it together in the way you think you should. show self-compassion to yourself, because it's literally like you're coming up against spiritual warfare. All right, think about it. If you're doing good things, good deeds, and you're getting opposition, that doesn't make sense, right? God is not the author of confusion. So if you're doing good deeds and you're getting opposition, God's going to protect you. He's guiding you, and you're actually doing God's work. It's not going to always be this way. But this is representing when opposition starts coming up in the form of people, in the form of things not working out. Like literally, y'all, you could be in a situation where you've applied to all kind of different positions, and it's just like it's nothing coming about. But somehow you're still provided for. Somehow God makes a way that you're able to, maybe do different things online or what have you in order to sustain yourself, or you're able to budget better. I'm speaking from experience. So I share this with you because if God is allowing you to be blocked from certain opportunities, it is actually a gift in disguise. All right. What He's letting you know is that you don't even need that. He's providing for you. Okay. And this is why, people think you got it easy. All the Eight of Swords is coming out. Yeah, these people were snaking you because they just felt like you did not deserve your favor. Like they just felt that they could, they just felt like they had the power in them to do these wicked things and think that somehow it was going to go unpunishable because they weren't getting the physical backlash that, it's kind of like a movie. Like if they don't see a physical backlash of the things that they're doing, they just assume that they're gotten away with it. But with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords coming out, the Moon card is here. We're in this full moon energy right now. God's got you. The Creator, the Universal God has you. You passing a test in this age of Kali Yuga cycle, all right? Because a lot of people are going to turn towards wickedness. That's just what it is. The economy is not necessarily getting better. So people are going to either sink or swim, literally. Are you going to be one of the ones that sink or swim? What's it going to be for you? Are you going to allow the behaviors of others to set up in your heart to the point where you become cold blooded, to the point where you begin hurting others? All right. And so you knew you had to move away from this energy. We have the Knight of Staves. All right. It's a good time to change. It's a good time to, literally, you may not be able to like move to another geographical location, but you can move from a mental standpoint. You can preserve your energy. You can deny accessibility. Like you don't have to allow yourself to resonate with something that is not good for your soul. Like with this Four Staffs in the reverse, like this is what they wanted for you. They didn't want happiness for you. Like and for you, for many of you, you may wonder like, why is it that I'm not doing anything to these people? Why are they coming at me? But it's just like you're on God's assignment. These people are not aware of what they're doing. They're being housed by demons. And so these demons are jumping bodies, which is why this promiscuity is rampant. This is just an act of Satan to further his agenda. And he promotes this level of promiscuity so that the demons can continue to spread more and more to different people. And just, I share this like when you go through something, for instance, some incidents that may be perceived as some type of abuse that you may go through, and I'll just keep it vague here, but it will when a certain offense may happen to you, especially as a child, if you're conscious enough, that offense is going to feel like you got a virus on you. It's going to feel like it's something that's trying to spread to someone else. And if you got conscious enough to say, hey, I'm not going to further this disease, this is weird, this is wrong, I'm not going to be like these other people. I'm not going to pass on my illness. All right. That shows that you definitely are set apart. You're of a higher state of consciousness, because it's easy to pass on more hurt to hurt. Say, for instance, somebody is teasing you, saying negative things to you. It's easy to do that back to them. But if it's making you feel drained, if it's making you feel disgusting afterwards, that's not a part of your natural makeup. You're not designed to be like that. So by you separating from these people, you understood that it's like They want to swap destinies, you know? They want you to experience the misery, the uncomfortability they have in life. You know, they may have seen you having a decent life, a nice life, a happy life, and they may have tried to throw interferences, you know, trying to hook you up with people. You know, people do some real devious things when they think they see something beautiful, they try to destroy it. So spirit is guiding you away from these individuals for a reason. You're at the height of understanding for yourself with the Ace of Swords, enacting your boundaries, you know, imposing healthy boundaries for the win-win. They were betting on you to lose. They wanted you to be stagnant. With the chariot card is about not having any movement. But they didn't realize that God was doing a great work within you. God was allowing you, the universe, divine mother, Yeshua, Yahweh, okay, all these names, take it as it resonates for you. But with the chariot in the reverse, it was a failure for them to bridle their bloodthirst, literally, for a chosen one, for somebody that's actually doing God's will. You know, anything trying to cause like a movement, like they're under like a directive that you're not even aware of. It's like a spiritual directive. And this is why they're, you know, constantly doing things toward you that makes no sense. You know, another aspect of this demon, this demonic energy is that it wants you to be confused. You know, it does things and tries to play with your mind in order to get you to feel that something is literally wrong with you. Some people have actually, unfortunately, with the 8 of coins in reverse, you may have taken many losses based on this confusing energy about these people that may have been around you, but spirit guided you away from these energies. Spirit guided you towards trusting who you are, not allowing yourself to conform to the pressures around you. Yeah, all obstacles are being cleared. Yeah, something as simple as you being able to smile, you being able to find joy in the littlest things, like that's something that they don't really know how to deal with because they try so hard. This is why, you know, they may try to, you like, you could be picking up on these people coming into your dreams. Like it's like, why am I dreaming about a person? This because this person is thinking about you. It's like you have these random people now popping up in your dream in some aspect. It's because they know that, look, with the 7 of staffs, you're on your way. Your mana is falling, literally, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can interfere with it. Yeah, we had the star card coming out. Yeah, whatever you've done is really set the tone for all the greatness that's beginning to happen for you. All right, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna come back in a little while. I'm about to go ahead and prepare a meal for these, um, for my loved ones. But until next time.